Well, hello guys, welcome back. I got a really good question today actually of whether or not those of us that worship many gods can worship a god from a system where they traditionally have one god. Um Absolutely, of course you can. I truly believe that you should work with any deity that calls you. And I actually had an example of this today. My friend, she's elderly, so I think she kind of finds things for me to do. I honestly do. But anyhow, I had to go up to her house today to put an ink cartridge into her printer. And I had kept trying to tell her, I believe you have the wrong size ink cartridge here because it's not, it's not fitting. So she went to the store today and they gave her the same exact ink cartridge. It turns out they did give her the wrong one, but in the meantime, while I was using the one the store insisted was right, I was praying not only to, Ogu and Loki, but I was praying to, her God, because, that's his territory and you can feel his presence there if you're sensitive. And I said, please, help me do this. There's something wrong. I know this isn't the right cartridge, but, the store's telling her it is. 2 stores told her, oh, yeah, that's the right cartridge for that machine. So it turns out she calls in her, her caregiver, and he got another package, and that one fit perfectly. And that happened after, I kept asking, God, as most people would say it, please, something's wrong here. This is not gonna fit. I don't want to break her machine because everything's made of plastic in these printers now. And I said, I don't want to force this. I know no matter what the store's telling her, this isn't the right printer, the right printer cartridge. So luckily we got it, and I showed her. I showed her the difference in how they were designed, and I showed her the number. I said, you go by this number, and you get this. They did not give her the right cartridge at all. So now she knows which one to go for, hopefully. And, I didn't have a problem doing that because 1, he is the god of her household, and 2, now that she knows she's the one in the past that she's been a little too churchy with me, now that she knows to be a little more relaxed about it, he and I have a much better relationship when I'm up there. It's not like she's not forcing it, and, it's just I naturally speak to him when he's up there and I'm doing work for her because I figure that's the god to go to, the god of that household to help you. So yeah, you can work as a pagan with gods known normally to be, worshipped as the only god. Because most of the gods, including for Christianity and Judaism, they were originally part of a bigger pantheon, and over time they went down to one, sometimes for political reasons, what have you. So I say you're pretty free to worship whoever you want. I would be perfectly fine with working with Jesus, and you guys know Jesus has been here. I could certainly work with what, Judeo-Christians would call God now, whether you say Yahweh, Jehovah, or whatever name you put to him. Now, because we have a much better relationship, because we have an understanding now. So yeah, you can certainly work with any god that's calling you. I will say the only problem you're going to encounter is if people do work with that god as their only god, like a Christian, or somebody that's Judas, Jewish or Muslim or something, they may have a problem if you walk up to them and say, oh, by the way, I work with so-and-so and so. They may have a problem because they've been taught there's only one God, but we as pagans, we know better. So yeah, it's perfectly fine to work with any deity that calls to you. Your deities aren't going to punish you. Loki is not going to punish you, Thor, Odin, whomever. They're not going to be jealous. I found out they're usually on good terms with each other. So I hope that helps. I hope this finds you well, and I will see you guys later. Blessed be.